Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, July 27th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time 2021. You're looking at the 11 p.m., July 27th, smoke forecast for the U.S. and Canada. Take a look. Heavy snow, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota. Say it ain't soda. But the big story, a stifling new heat wave is baking the U.S. Are you baking? Keep calm. It's boom time. Is the U.S. actually baking? Let's take a look. What we're going to look at is the GFS 2-meter temperature anomaly. And what that means is any area in red is above normal. Any area in blue and purple is below normal. Let's run it through and you be the judge. Now, what many of the headlines I've just looked at in the last 3 hours are saying: heat wave from coast to coast, entire U.S. bakes, and we just read this one, which is a stifling heat wave is baking the U.S., and they show it all in red. And blacked out are the blue areas, I guess. Let's take a look and run it through, and you tell me if there is a heat wave. This is currently right now in the U.S., and we'll move it through midnight, and you can see that some areas up here are warmer than normal, but most of the U.S. is below normal. Well below normal. If you get into the purple, that's over 12 degrees below normal, including Northern California and Oregon. Take a look. And here we move into Wednesday, where, yeah, it looks a little hot up in the northwest, up in the north, but this is also Wednesday. Wednesday evening. Take a look at the northeast. Take a look at half of the country below normal. Thursday, half the country below normal. And Thursday again. And Thursday, there's your Thursday. Northeast is going to be very cold. Here's Thursday again. And one more run for Thursday. And there's your Thursday night and Friday morning. Very chilly across most of the U.S. And there's Friday afternoon. Friday evening. Look at how cold it is in the U.S. Where is this heat wave? It seems like it's pretty normal to me. Here's Saturday. It's going to be absolutely record-breaking in the Midwest. August 1st, August 2nd, record cold in the Northeast. Below normal for almost all of the country. August 2nd, below normal for most of all the country. Record-breaking for 1/3 of the U.S. August 3rd, coming up. Look at how cold it is. These are record-breaking colds. Records are going to be broken on the East Coast by the 3rd of August. And I don't know how the media is going to get around this. It is not a heat wave. It looks and appears to be a cold wave. Brrr. Oregon's Bootleg fire has devoured 400 buildings, 342 vehicles. Oh my, that doesn't sound good. And hopefully we can parse up crews battling the Tamarack fire. Oregon's fierce Bootleg fire has destroyed more than 400 structures, 340 vehicles since it began 3 weeks ago, officials said. The blaze has grown to 410,731 acres and remains just 53% contained, but that's increasing rapidly, thankfully. And let's take a look at some very bad footage we might have here. Well, let's just let it parse up for a minute, and maybe we get a little quick look. At the end here, can we pause this? Oh, that's not even going to be possible. So we're kind of stuck here between a rock and a hard place. So let's just mute it and read a little bit further here. The Bootleg fire has destroyed 161 residences, 247 outbuildings. Cooling temperatures and the likelihood of isolated showers through Wednesday are expected. Now, there is rain through the next 10 days that's really going to help quench this fire, and we're going to get to that in a minute. It is a busy fire season, but not as busy as you would imagine. It's pretty normal activity in this region. And with the monsoon kicking in and the media being incorrect about everything, and the fact that we're at ENSO neutral, which means not El Nino, not La Nina, but neutral, what we see is a lot of monsoonal activity and a lot of moisture in areas that really need it. In fact, many areas are going to be reduced from extreme drought to no drought whatsoever. So that's good news. Here's the GFS total accumulated precipitation in inches through August 11th. And right in this region is where the Bootleg fire is. They're looking at least 1 to 3 inches of rain. which is going to be good news. And many of the fires burning in Idaho and Montana, all going to be well suppressed by this increased moisture. And the rain just started kicking up outside the door right now as I speak, which is good news. Here is the EKA area smoke forecast for the experimental HRRR model. And we're looking at surface-only total smoke, includes smoke aloft in the Con US, and this is 11 p.m., which is about an hour in the future. And, well, this smoke is moving east, so there's going to be heavier smoke in the northeast coming in the next 24 to 48 hours. But right now, prayers go out to almost all of the entire state of Montana. This is huge. This could cover most of Central Europe, for goodness sakes. I don't know how small you actually... Well, I drove through 3 countries in just 4 hours, so there's that. And that would take you, well, a long time to get across Montana. It's a little bit wider than Pennsylvania. But the amount of smoke up here in all of southern Canada where people live, well, in the plains and the prairies, our hearts and prayers go out to you. We had 3 days of it here in the Northeast, but everything has pushed up. The heat dome has pushed it all up north. Hello. And we are living the good life here, which is why I chose this place. Heat wave from Montana to the south, or is it? An extensive quote-unquote heat wave will consume the central half of the U.S. for the next few days, except in the other 2/3 of the country where it will be exceptionally cool. Widespread excessive heat warnings and heat advisories stretch from Montana to the south with the potential for a few record-high temperatures. A potential. Yes. Well, there is also a potential for a few record low temperatures as well. Severe thunderstorms with hail and damaging winds are expected the next couple of days in the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. And take a look at this little green spot here. Wow, that's where I am. Archuleta County, Colorado. Boom time. And we've got a flood advisory. Pagosa boom. Who knew? Brazil update. Coffee frost damage continues to worsen. And as more reports by agriculture specialists come out, it's clear damage is already bigger so far reported. This is the biggest spike in almost a decade. And if you drink coffee, stockpile now because it's going through the roof. Just like heavy snow is crushing the roofs and freezing low sweeps, Australia, step up your preparedness. Heavy snowfall was recorded across the higher elevations of Australia. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Over the weekend is some of the coldest temperatures ever recorded in the country, all through the southeastern states. Haltham Alpine Resort in Victoria posted photos and videos showing a healthy dumping of the global warming goodness on Sunday, which was their fun day. Mother Nature has been hard-working, bringing our base to 133 centimeters, 4.4 feet, and, well, the snow bus is buried. And that's a boom. A rare phenomenon of thunder snow struck Australia as well this weekend, and we have the footage, which is not that spectacular, but we're going to play it again and again and again. It's like Halloween. Here it comes. Oh! That was a boom. Now, many people are claiming that thunder and lightning only happen in warm weather events, and that proves the earth is flat. And I agree that those people, well, they're idiots. Here it comes. Oh! I think they just got struck. Here we are over at Greenland, and it looks like the entire continent is melting, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, the data since the beginning of June is record-breaking, and Greenland is, in fact, the coldest it has been in 40 years. That's 4 decades. And the media is silent. In fact, the entire melt period, beginning at the end of May, the data set has not fallen below the multi-decadal average for the entire melt season. Season of pleasing. Seismic update, no quakes of note. All is quiet on the Western Front. Iceland is, well, picking up some activity, which could mean that the Fagradalsfall and other volcanoes could be waking up. Now, I don't know if you're up to speed, but what we predicted is that if one of these shield type volcanoes erupts, a flank eruption in Iceland. Historically, over the last 10,000 years, what accompanies it is a large explosive volcano. Now, what volcano will it be? Will it be Bodabunga? Will it be Kafla? Who knows? But the seismic activity has picked up, and we're going to be taking a close look at this because it's right over the glaciers, right over the volcanoes in question. And, well, we predicted it, so we may have nailed it on the head. Latest news and update from White Island. White Island volcano, alert level raised to yellow. The last week's observation in the thermal infrared IR measurements, flight reported very hot gas, almost 660 C being emitted from some of the vents on the 2019 lava extrusion. Elevated levels of gas emission continue, but the ratio of carbon dioxide to sulfur dioxide has decreased, which is good news, apparently. A more detailed evaluation of this observation supports the presence of magma at shallow depth, and no one should be on the island unless they are preparing for the flesh to come off the bone. And that's a boom, a bone boom. Here is the official report from, well, that area at White Island volcano, alert level raised to 2. Continued heat flow and changes in the gas composition. Worldwide volcano news update. Karimsky, Ibu, Reventador, Sangay, Liwotolo, Sabancaya, Swanosima, and Etna. Many more. Come check it out. Shut up, Al! I am in the middle of a podcast. No bunt cake. That's bunt, B-U-N-D-T. I think that's how you spell it. Now, normal activity worldwide, and what we do want to report on is Etna. The paroxysm has continued. This one is spectacular, 22,000 feet. And at the same time, we have a warning. Scientists warn they have no accurate way to predict when an apocalyptic supervolcano explosion could occur because previous blasts were so rare and started in completely different ways. Well, that's good news. What will happen after Earth is destroyed by the sun? What? Did someone get the memo? Is this a soft disclosure? Holy macaroni. COVID-19 early treatment, real-time analysis of 764 studies. Yes, we're talking ivermectin. And I apologize for the last ivermectin outburst on a study that claimed that the other studies were, well, cherry-picked. Well, and they're not. According to this study, which includes all of the studies, which would be all of them, 764 studies on the that fake virus and the early treatment with ivermectin shows, well, what would you expect? That the media is lying to you and complicit in one of the biggest cover-ups in human history. Maybe as big as climate change. And that's boom. To knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. In the dystopian world where we just gave you all the facts on all the papers, and this would still be demonetized if they found out I told you that. So please click the link, share it widely, and boom. The most dangerous weapon to a corrupt government is an informed citizenry. And that's what we're here to do. Thanks to all our one-time donors, the heroes that shared this video, and to you, the viewer, that clicks that thumbs up. And that's a boom. Click on one of the other boxes to gain more knowledge, and we'll see you in the morning on one of the other channels.